What's going on, dudes? My name is TDC and welcome back to another episode here on the official BuildPak server. Hopefully you guys are having a good day today. So, last episode you guys got kind of an in-depth look at some of the stuff that is going on in this pack. So, today we finally get to build. And I am super excited. I am having a blast with this mod pack, man. It's just incredible the things that you can do with mods, man. The aestheticness, is that even a word? It is now. Yeah, the amount of beautifulness is over 9,000 in this place. It's amazing. Like, there's just so much cool stuff that you can do. Now, it's kind of weird. For those of you who don't know, BuildPak is designed specifically for creative building, right? There's not really much point to play a survival world in this because everything in here is just specifically put in here for making things look beautiful. I mean, that's just the nitty-gritty of this whole pack, man. It is to make some like stellar looking stuff, man. Like, it is insane. Look at the amount of detail that you can do. And this is just from a couple days worth of work, you know. Like, if we really put in some time in a project, we can make something look amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. So, this is the Cathedral, or Kevin 2, depending on who you watch and who says what. So, Slip kind of dubbed it the Cathedral, or Kevin 2, but it's also known as the Cathedral. And I think this is going to be the hub for our different MrCraft books and different portals to like different build areas and things like that. So kind of the plan is we're gonna have like different areas in this map or world to do different styles of builds. So we may end up having like a modern themed world and like a medieval themed world or something like that. You know, I think it'd be pretty cool. And I think we have Galacticraft too, man. So I think that would be pretty insane to make a space colony. Yeah, I'm thinking so. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be like a future thing for sure. But I don't know, man. I'm super pumped about this. I've been having a lot of fun playing around with this mod, and today we get to go into some building. Now Z's got some stuff going on over here in the far distance over here. I'm not going to show you because I don't know if he's doing a video on it or anything. But this is a little outhouse that we made. You can press F for farts. It's just insane, man. This mod pack is so much fun, and I don't know. I think this is gonna kind of turn into like the spawn area, so we may end up building a few different things around here. I know one of the things that I wanted to do was build a house, and that's what I've been working on. So let's come over here. I'm gonna show you what I've done, and now this is just kind of the skin and bones of this whole project. But yeah, I mean, it's just pretty awesome. It's nothing crazy. It's just like kind of a modern thing. I don't really know. I just kind of started building and just kind of went with it. We got a garage over here, which is pretty cool. So this is the garage door from Carpenter's blocks, and yeah, I don't know. Today I think we're going to be working on the inside of it. We want to try to get this finished, and I think it'd be kind of cool to have a house over here in the Spawnville. So I don't know if Spawnville is what we're going to call it, but I don't know. This is where we're going to be working today. So, give me a second. I'm going to get some stuff together, get ready to put my creative building cap on, and then I'm going to show you guys around the inside. So, be right back. Here's what we got so far. Like I said, I just kind of started building, and this is what came out. So, nothing crazy fancy, nothing, I don't know, super special about it. I think the outside might be a little bit busy, so we may need to change some things up. I'm not too sure about the purple, the blue stained clay. That might end up going. There's just not a lot of texture on the outside, and I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. And you just come up to the roof. There's nothing really fancy going on up here either, but we'll have to kind of look at that. I think I'd like to work my way from the inside out at this point. Since we got kind of the shell of the house, I think it'd be fun to start on the inside and see where things go. So, this is going to be the front door right here. There's going to be some fancy landscaping and different things, gardens and whatnot on the outside. And yeah, so this is going to be kind of like a smaller living area here as soon as you walk in the door. We'll start over here. This is kind of be one of the bedrooms. It'll be a little bit smaller, and it's also got access to the upstairs, which is pretty cool. And then we've got a little area here for a small bathroom. I think it's going to be sweet. And then you come in here. This is another little bedroom. And then it's also got access to a little small bathroom, a small area for a bathroom. So I think it'll be fun to try to fit everything in here and make it look appropriate. So I'm kind of thinking as soon as you walk in the door, what we want right over here on the right hand side is like a dining room. I think that would be kind of handy. And then maybe like a little breakfast nook type thing here, so it'd be like a fancy, you know, if you got family coming over for Christmas dinner, this is where you're gonna eat. And then like this will be like your normal kitchen table, like where you would set your keys and, you know, put the cat food bowl and stuff like that. It'd be up here on this table. So yeah. And then like I said, a smaller living room here. I'm thinking we'll probably end up trying to do some sort of TV and some bookshelves or something over here on this wall. And then right here is going to be the kitchen. So we got a big kitchen, big open kitchen. I think we're ended up going to do some windows in the ceiling, so we got some nice skylit and nice sunlight. It'll be pretty full, pretty cool, full, be pretty cool, full. And then we'll have kind of like a big island thing in the middle here. So I think that's pretty much it for the downstairs. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. And then over here, I think we're going to turn this into another bedroom. So maybe this could be like a like me growing up, I shared a room with my brother. This would be a cool way to share a room, right? So you got like a bedroom down below. It's like bedroom bunk beds. I think that'd be pretty cool. A lot of windows in this room, so don't walk around naked or nothing. You don't want to do that. People see you. Z'd be over there staring at me the whole time. That'd be kind of gross. But yeah, I think we can maybe wall this off and turn this into some sort of little bedroom. It's a little more lofty feeling, because we've got the sloped ceiling here, but I think it could work. And then I think in here is going to be our main living area. So this would be like the main living room, right? We'd have a big screen TV, a nice big couch, a lot of lamps, a lot of like bookshelves and different decorations and stuff on the wall, and I don't know, a bunch of other cool stuff. So we'll just kind of have to play it by ear and see what comes out. And then over here, I'm thinking this will probably end up being the master bedroom. It's a little oddly shaped, so we may end up changing this wall out and making it a little bit flat, but I wanted to add some sort of like roundedness to this build. And I think this kind of does it, but I don't know, it's a little strange. We may have to play around with it a little bit and see what else we can come up with. And then this kind of opens up into a nice little balcony area here where you can actually go out and drink your coffee and do whatever, you know, read the paper. So yeah, that's kind of what we got, man. And I think the first thing we want to do is start off with the floor. Either down here in the bottom or I don't know. I think this will probably be where we start. So what I want to do is grab an axe. Since we have world edit in here, this saves a lot of time. We can shift left click right there, and then let's go over to this corner here, and we're going to, I think, just left click or right click. There we go. And then we can do, let's see, set or / set air. Is that gonna do? Yeah, there we go. So now we can pretty much just build whatever we want right here on this level, or add our floor in, and we can come back and touch these little parts up too. So for wooden floors, man, if we look up planks, there's not a whole lot that really kind of just stands out, and I think I want to find something that kind of contrasts with the white wall and then also blends with the darker colored wall. So one of the ones that I found was this ebony wood plank. I think this is pretty nice. It's not bad. Let's go ahead and grab a wand. I need to just set up some of these saves over here with just all our tools on it, so we're ready to go. I can just click that. It would be good. But yeah, so I'm thinking we'll try these ebony wood planks and see what this looks like. It's a little dark, but I don't think that's really going to be too much of a problem. I am really liking this a lot. It flows super well into the bedrooms and into the bathrooms. So it's running right into the back bedroom here and then into this bottom floor bathroom. Dude, it looks fantastic. I really like this. I was kind of unsure about it before, not only because it's just a normal vanilla texture, but I thought it might have been a little bit too dark, but I think it looks really nice. I think we may end up trying to pull some of it into the kitchen, but I do want to change it up a little bit. Now I got a crafting bench and I got a saw here. We're going to not saw the crafting bench. We'll just go ahead and toss that. But let's try to cut some of this up into... Oh, we can't cut it up in slabs? Oh, no! Alright, Carpenter's blocks it is. Carp. Here we go. We'll take this guy, and then we need to grab a hammer, like so. This is what I'm talking about. We got so many different tools here. I needed to set a hotkey for all of our tools and not have to worry about it. So go down for me like that, and I think we can kind of run this this wood into here. I think that'll look decent. Let's give it a try, and I think we may do like an outside border with the ebony colored wood. Oh, that was a bad thing to do. Let's do that. Do that, and then gray dye. There we go. Yeah, the cool thing about Carpenter's blocks, I didn't know. Like I was saying, Z showed me, and I just kind of ran with it. But you can dye the Carpenter's block stuff and change the color of the actual block that's inside the Carpenter's block, which is crazy. So on top of having like Chisel and all kinds of other stuff, you can add pretty much whatever else you want to whatever block you want, which is nuts, man. So let's finish this up here, and then we need to start thinking about what other type of flooring we can put into the kitchen here. Now I'm thinking maybe something a little bit more tileable than this dark wood. So what can we do? Maybe, let's see, stone, or oh, you know what? Let's try this cobble. Cobble. Chisel's got some awesome cobblestone blocks. Now I want to try this cobblestone with dent. So let's give this a go. We'll right click there, left click there, set air. That'll get rid of all that stuff. And then we can throw this here. This might be a little too bright, but then it might also contrast pretty nicely with the dark colored wood. So we will try it out. There's a nice kind of like granite feel to it. Not really granite, but like stone. I kind of dig that, man. That really doesn't look bad at all, does it? Alright, one other thing I want to try too. Let's grab some of this cobblestone. We're going to put it here, like that. I wonder if we put in... Let's just try a row of it real quick. If we put this kind of cobblestone, like an actual brick floor, that might look a little bit better. No, I don't think so. I think I like the cobblestone with dent. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We need to do some sort of like pillar or something supporty right here, I think, on either side of this, to give it a little bit more texture instead of it just a 90-degree angle. It'll give it a little bit more depth. Alright, so now let's focus on the flooring in here. Now what is going on? This is easy. I've got the concrete flooring in here, and it gives you a speed boost, and for whatever reason it sits a little bit lower than this door, than this grass block right here, so I can't actually go through here, which is bizarre. Now I can go through here if I take off my bobble, so if I take that off, then I can go through. I say I can go through. No, I can't. Alright, so this has got to go. We got to do some sort of lining in the garage. Maybe this this cobblestone here. We'll give this a go. See if this works a little bit better, because I do want it to be semi-functional. I don't want it to be something that if you come in the garage you're trapped. So that ain't gonna work for me. Something to do with this concrete block, man. It's really kind of strange. It's a good texture for a garage, like, definitely, but oh, we can't do that because we don't have one in our inventory. Yeah, something I noticed with the builder's wand, it won't let you place blocks just like in creative mode. It won't just copy the blocks. You actually have to have the block in your inventory for it to work. So I guess it makes sense. It makes it a little bit easier. Let's do it like that. Yeah, that didn't look bad. This all needs to be changed though. Like so. And then once we do the flooring upstairs, I'm going to fix all these little gaps here. Since the upstairs flooring is all slabs, we're going to have to come back and kind of adjust all these little gaps and stuff that I have around here. And now I'm thinking, since we have kind of this outer ring of this cobblestone brick out here, if we carry this into the washroom, I guess you call this like a mud room, I think, if I have my terminology correct. It's like, you see them in a lot of houses now. Like the house that I was growing up in, we never really had anything like this. We did have a laundry room, but it was also kind of like a mix between laundry and a pantry, so we had like food storage and stuff in there too. But a lot of houses now, you see they have like little mud rooms, you know, that are directly attached to the garage. So like you come, you park your car, and you come in here and you take your shoes off, and you got like your launder machine, your dryer, and all that kind of stuff all right here. And then most of the time it ends up in the kitchen. So I thought this was a pretty close vicinity to the actual kitchen. It's not the actual kitchen itself, but it's very close, so I think that works. Yeah, so it looks like that is the downstairs flooring done. And maybe it's time to move on to the upstairs. So I'm going to take a look through NEI, see if I can find some other cool blocks that maybe we can use, and I'll be right back. So the second floor is going to be a little bit more tricky, I think. We need to, first things first, we need to change all of this out with, let's go back up, with the Carpenter's blocks, so we can get the slab versions, and then we can add a different texture to the underside of this. And rain for a second, go away. Yeah, Joe Tato's got a automatic system set up for his Citistick, and what the Citistick does is it gets rid of the rain like instantly, which is amazing. But yeah, so we need to get rid of all of this, and let's just go ahead and get our axe back out. Let's see if we can do this here. Like, we'll go over like so, there, and then we'll head to this corner. Get rid of that. Sit set. Air. Perfect. Okay, so that gets rid of most of the floor. But yeah, the cool thing about these carpenter slabs up here is, let's say that we want to set this to, we'll just kind of follow the pattern, right? We're going to set this to the ebony up here, and let's get rid of this extra piece. We're going to set this to, my mouse is doing something weird where it double clicks. I think it's because of the lighting updates. Yeah, it causes it like to click twice. But yeah, so let's say we set that to ebony up there, right? But we don't want that for the ceiling texture. So what we can do is with the slabs, we can come down here and we can actually set a ceiling tile over on the underside of this carpenter slab, which is really, really handy. So basically we can have two different blocks all within the same block space, which is going to be super, super nice, because we don't want the ceiling down here to be the same as the floor up here. And yeah, so I think that's why we're going to go ahead and set all of this up with the carpenter's stairs or carpenter's slabs. And I'm going to do that, and we'll be right back. So now that that's done, that's going to make life so much easier. So now we can actually figure out what we want to do for the ceiling in this room, and then what we can also do for the flooring in this room up here. So I'm kind of thinking we'll probably change it up. We don't want to reuse the ebony hardwood floor again. We can actually try to use something a little bit different. And I don't know. I wish there was like a good carpet block. Maybe there's something that we can find that looks kind of like carpet. I don't know. Let's take a look. I know we're not going to find anything under carpet, that's for sure. What does this block look like? Yeah, no, that's too much of a pattern to this, and it looks too much like wool. I don't like it. Let's get rid of that. What else could there be? Let's look under a chisel. Let's just come in here. I'm gonna look up chisel. So maybe like marble? That could maybe be able to pass for carpet. Don't you think? It's really white. But we don't have as much black. All of this is going to change. This is the actual roof of the place. So we're going to end up doing something like we're planning to do for the ceiling down in the first floor. So that's all going to be covered up. So I'm thinking we might try the marble and see what this looks like. So I will say this is really white. Like really white. Maybe even a little too white, I think. I don't know. We're gonna give this a shot for a little bit. I think I probably am going to apply some gray dye to it, light gray dye to it, just to make it a little bit darker. That way it doesn't stand out quite as much. I think I'm actually gonna like this a lot better. Let's just kind of hover a little bit and make this happen, and see what we think for over here. I think this is such a slow process though. Like there's no way to speed this up. Like if you want this texture and this color, you gotta do this with the carpenter's blocks and then the dye. Yeah. But I think this is gonna look a lot better. Yeah, see that looks more like gray carpet. This white is just really white. I've never seen carpet that white in my life. But I think the gray looks a little bit better. So I think we'll give this a shot. But I think that's going to be a good wrapping up point for this episode. And next episode we're going to pick up. I'm going to try to go ahead and finish the basic interior stuff. Like finish up the ceiling and the floor and stuff. And I'll show you what we had going on in the next episode. And then I think we're going to start our decorating on the inside. Playing around with some of the major core mods that we got in this pack. Man, I am super excited about it. So hopefully you guys will join me in the next episode. But anyways, my name is TDC. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button for me down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you go check out the other peeps. If they've got some videos out, I will post a link down below to the other guys' channels. So go check their channels, see if they've got anything going on, man. And show some support and love for the build pack, man. I'm having a blast with this. Hopefully you guys are too. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode, alright? Thanks for watching. Peace. God, so much carpet.